it's time to duel!
If you completely forgot this existed in Genshin, don't worry, I don't blame you. Genius Invocation TCG is a game mode that was released a whole year ago where you could play Yu-Gi-Oh! And sacrifice your cards against people who spam Freeze, Nilo Bloom, or this pesky bird. What it does lack in its meta is made up with a vast amount of cards there are to play with. The combination of characters, enemies, and straight up dead people, along with all the support, equipment, and food cards you can shove down their throats, makes sure each game is jam-packed with reactions, combos, and surprises that are always a unique and mind-boggling experience. But what happens when we strip all that variety away by only using one card to deal all the damage? And with what bad blood I already harbor against one particular character that got magnified tenfold, I've got my target. Can you beat Genshin's TCG with only Dehya? The rules are very simple. Only Dehya can deal damage to the enemy team, so no summons or buffing capabilities from any teammates. And since the Casket of Tomes won't validate a deck with only one character card, the other two characters shall only exist and not be able to contribute to attacking in any way. Other than that, every card is on the table. Weapons, artifacts, everything. Oh, and all matches will be held in the Arena of Champions, so you know my teammates aren't fooling around. There must be a victory plastered in gold for Dehya to arrive triumphant. But will it happen? Before we start, let's commemorate some of you viewers for helping me along my journey. If you want to have the chance to be up here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be sure not to do repeats. And now it's on with the challenge. Get on the deck, Dehya. We've got a whole lot of dueling up ahead. It's gonna be a long day, huh? First off, how in the universe are we going to do this? Well, let's look at what our cards provide us. Her normal attack isn't anything too serious, just 2 physical damage. Her skill is essentially pointless in this challenge. What it does apply 1 pyro damage in the end phase. We won't be able to use any other elements to provide reactions and further damage. The only reason why we touch these 3 pyro skill with a 10-foot pole is because of her talent card, Stalwart and True. When Dehya is at or below 6 HP when our turn of the end phase happens, she'll recover 2 HP. This is actually one of the best talent cards out there, and is one of the reasons why I chose her to undertake this task. And finally, her burst is a 2-part, dealing 3 pyro damage, then using the next turn to deal another 3 pyro damage. In all, Dehya's abilities do give us a lot of room to deal not only enough damage, but also stay alive. But it won't be just her card on the front lines, it's now time to figure out her teammates. Yes, I said that they wouldn't be able to help attack, but as Isaac, Oliva, and Wendo said beautifully, they will serve as moral support, meat shields, and their third attribute that I can't spoil now because it ruined the surprise in like a minute. We are allowed to switch to our teammates during battles to tank certain attacks that would spell doom for a poor Dehya, but let's make sure they provide a little more than just 20 extra HP. There's a whole section of event cards called resonance cards, where if we have at least 2 characters of the same attribute in the deck, we'll be able to use more powerful and helpful cards. We have not only elemental resonance, like switching characters as an extra fast action or gaining an extra energy, but also affiliation resonance based on what region or institution your characters unite under, like Liyue's Ramp Up and even the Fatui's backlines. If our benched are going to just sit there, might as well make them swagger the field with their joint jubilance. And the 2 characters I chose for the job are Ayato and Kokomi, the 2 and only Hydro Inazumans. Literally in game, they're the only ones with both this element and affiliation. The Hydro card allows me to heal 2 HP to the active character and 1 HP to everyone on standby. And when I'm only allowed to eat 1 food around, this extra bit of healing could mean the difference between life and death. The Inazuma Resonance isn't as monumental, but it's just my favorite resonance card. It turns all your dice into Omni Dice. Dice cringe, be gone! I'm not going to talk about every single card on my deck, so here's a picture of the first version. They will change as I see fit, and by that, I mean, if my opponent swipes the floor with me, I'll be sure to use their cards. For example, this Noelle sweeped the floor with me and some golden houses to equip stronger weapons with less dice. And here's a Jean that outlived Dehya even without her burst, simply because of Tenacity's 2 shield. Of course, remodeling my deck as seen fit is only half the story. I'll need to refine my strategy for even going to have the chance to fight back. Kokomi and Ayato are our 2 main lines of defense, so whenever Dehya's been imbued with an element, try to stave off any reactions hostile summons or characters can pull off by switching to another character. It's best to keep different characters with different elements. For example, funneling all pyro damage to Ayato and all electro damage to Kokomi so that they themselves are safe from any reactions. Using Ayato or Kokomi to tank damage is still better than letting Dehya risk death with low HP because remember, a dead Dehya is a dead match. In terms of healing priorities, give Dehya food first, then Favonius Churches, and then Hydro Resonance as an emergency. But which food depends on Dehya's current health and whether or not she has Stalwart and True equipped. If not, Lotus has the most protection. If you do, find a way to keep Dehya at or below 6 HP so that her talent can heal her for free during the end phase. Remember, her equipment is the first thing that attempts to proc once her turn is over. Speaking of, make sure every turn you take is worth it, especially if it's a deciding factor between attacking now or going first the next round. You may be able to kill off one of theirs, but if you're unable to protect Dehya afterwards, it's better to wait for her healing and hope you pull better cards during the end phase. Likewise, if you're able to take down an enemy with relative safety, even if it means running out of dice and taking some reaction damage, go for it. It's a sensitive scale you'll need to balance perfectly, but after a couple of games, you'll experience for yourself which is more worth it. And finally, how are we going to deal damage? As I said before, normal attacks will be her main source of damage. Her skill isn't all too helpful, and even if you did cast it a second time, it only deals 1 pyro damage you can't even use to react with anything else. Yeah, like you'll be fighting against a Xingqiu or Barbara anytime soon. Using her burst is an especially nice way to kill a character unexpectedly. Just make sure they can't capitalize on your opening. But between attacking a second time or equipping the bell, as much as it pains me to say it, prioritize the bell. Not only does it make you deal 1 more damage, it also provides 1 shield point to keep you safe. Tenacity is also handy and should be equipped right away, but remember, the 2 shield points only come starting the next round, so don't think it'll save you like how the bell does. And there's how to do everything: protect, heal, and attack. We're going to get started with matches quite soon, but before we do, if you're enjoying this video so far, please consider leaving a like, sub, and ring that notification bell to stay updated on future content. Also be sure to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/gameperson06. Not only do I stream the challenge for you all to witness firsthand, but I also play other fun games like Valorant and It Takes Two Solo. Come join the Gamer Person Posse. I'll be ecstatic of your arrival. And now, the games. Here's some highlights that I found interesting. Let's watch them together.
Is that, oh, weapon stuff. Oh, wow, okay. Oh no. Hey, that's what I have. You're just gonna burst. Now you're still actually going to kill me with a normal attack. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna end my turn. I don't know how it's gonna work. Bonk. Does 5 damage. It ain't too bad. You're still gonna do this, aren't you? You have the ability to. Bonk. Alright. Ideally, I'm supposed to stay on the same. Oh my gosh. Maybe this is why I needed the dice fixers. Fixer. You got a dice fixer? I don't. I need you right now. You haven't. No, you disrupted me. Oh, come on. Oh no. Alright, let's go again. Xian Yun. Let's get you out. Donk. A donk. Alright. What is that? It's the ability to equip. Oh no. Oh yeah, you're gonna tank. Dead meat. Alright. There's no way this is working. There's no way this is working. How? Why are you healing? No. I don't understand. Like, how? How is this going on for so long? No more healing is left. It's just this. Goodbye. Just whack me. Oh.
All seem lost.
Mine
until
actually aren't really the best dice. See, this is why I would like the Inazuma res. What are you gonna do? I would suggest going to Noelle and just trying to do all this stuff for her. Are they thinking or something or what? What are they doing? Run out faster, please. Please. Okay, we have free reign. Alright, what are we gonna do? 1. Oh yeah, they're gone, right? There's 4! Please tell me in this deck... They left! They left!
Was that a victory?
Yeah.
It clearly says it on the screen, but as much as I strongly dislike myself, I'm going to say no. No matter if they saw me as a threat to be reckoned with or a troll stalling with my Dehya for no apparent reason, if they DC, I'm not counting it. We're making sure it's an actual person whose will we demolish by destroying each of their characters with only Dehya. And so the trek continues.
Look alive! You're probably gonna normal attack. Mamere! My time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Random one-shot sounds unbalanced. How do you get 10? Oh, Libin. That's why. You wanted Libin. You have so many cards. Of course this is gonna be. Alright, well, let's kill her anyway. Gloves off. Alright, yeah, you're gonna do that. Oh no. And then this. Please don't tell me to do 2. No! Ah, get that out. Do this. And then do this. Alright, good. That's it. 6. Okay, well, luckily. What? If you stick with him, you're gonna do 2 and then create 1. So 5, and then you're gonna do that 3, and then that. So actually, I would still be alive. If I can heal her with, yeah. Oh, that one. Really? Could have done normal attack. But I think I'd rather.
So yeah,
Yo,
second person disconnected. Literally 2 matches later.
No
Was
way.
this a sign? Did the Archons send me this message to tell me to quit? If the only wins I've gotten are by default, was there any hope of me winning legit? Started to get a little bit nervous until the very next match.
Wow, this is actually pretty nice going so far. Okay. You can see the weird thing about you is that the only Dendro application you're gonna get is from this girl. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna create a bloom. I'm just gonna try to get protection. Oh, that looks like you're gonna stay on her. Please tell me you're gonna stay on her. Yes! Yes! She's gonna die tonight. She's gonna die tonight. Why? Each of these deal 4 damage. And as the simple 4th grader knows, 4 plus 4 is 8. I could tank it, actually. I could tank it. The thing is, the only Hydro application you get is from her when you switch over manually. Wait, why do I have 4? What happened to my stuff? This is going to be so risky. But if I can just get out of this alive, I think I'll be set. Okay. Oh no. Of course you have that now. Okay, great one. To be honest, I don't know what half the cards do because I'm too lazy to read the explanations. How this is looking really doable. You're gonna heal 2 now. Oh no. Why? Why is everyone just gonna leave? Am I scaring them with my I don't know. Okay, finally, thank you. What? How much? Okay. Yeah, you're gonna kill with that. Yeah.
This stage is for you. You asked for it. Oh. Beauty. So good.
We're making history. We're making history. We're making history. Please don't have a food card stuck up there. Please. Please.
And there you have it,
y'all.
folks. With Milo Bloom defeated, everyone on stream jumping for joy, and our opponent stomping his hat in frustration for using Yao Yao instead of Baiju, beating an Arena of Champions match with only Dehya attacking, killing everything is a mission complete. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I appreciate your determination. If you like this challenge and want to see me do more, please leave a like, sub, and ring that notification bell for more. I'll be uploading the full recorded run of the winning match sometime this week, so stay updated. Also be sure to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/gamingperson06, where I not only play the challenges you see here, but also jam out with other games like Valorant and It Takes Two Solo. And finally, be sure to check out these YouTube creators. Their challenge videos are amazing, and they inspired my own. Until next time, have a good day, night, etc.